These all started 2 weeks ago when I was returning from my office and it started raining. I went towards an old hotel, parked my bike, and went towards the elevator. The persistent hum of the elevator was the only sound that resonated through the deserted lobby. I pressed the button for the 10th floor, and as the doors creaked shut, an unsettling sense of foreboding swept over me. The flickering lights above me created a strobe-like effect, and suddenly darkness enveloped my consciousness. When I opened my eyes, the cold, sterile air of abandonment greeted me. The sterile smell of disinfectants lingered, and the pale green walls of what appeared to be a hospital surrounded me. Disoriented, I stumbled down the desolate corridor, the flickering lights casting erratic shadows on the peeling paint. 3 doors stood before me, each one beckoning with an eerie allure. As I reached for the handle of the first door, a sudden force pulled me through, and I found myself hurtling down an endless abyss. My screams were swallowed by the abyss, and just as I thought my descent would never end, I jolted awake back in the elevator. Haunted by the inexplicable experience, I returned home, the images of the abandoned hospital etched in my mind. Yet curiosity gnawed at me like a persistent itch. The following day, unable to resist the pull, I once again entered the ominous elevator at the same time. As the doors closed, a sudden wave of dizziness overcame me. When my eyes opened, I was back in the abandoned hospital, the echoes of my footsteps amplifying in the eerie silence. This time, however, caution guided my steps. The 3 doors loomed ahead, and I hesitated before selecting the second one. Upon entering, I encountered a surreal sight, a majestic creature resembling a unicorn with iridescent feathers akin to a peacock. Yet again, I awoke at the familiar elevator, my heart racing with the memory of the monstrous transformation. The boundary between reality and nightmare blurred, but an insatiable curiosity griped me like a moth drawn to an ominous flame. Determined to unravel the mystery, I returned to the elevator once more the following day. The door sealed shut, and an otherworldly lethargy wrapped around me. When consciousness returned, the hospital corridors stretched endlessly before me. This time, I approached the last unopened door with trepidation. As it creaked open, a swarm of scorpions emerged, their pincers clacking menacingly. Panic surged through me as I stumbled backward, hastily retreating to the elevator. Back in the safety of a dimly lit compartment, I felt a chilling realization settle over me. The hospital, the doors, the creatures, it was a nightmarish carousel with each spin offering a different horror. The elevator had become a gateway to a twisted dimension, a purgatory between dreams and reality. Haunted by the grotesque images and the growing fear that reality itself was unraveling, I returned home with a heavy heart. The nights became restless, plagued by the echoes of the hospital and the creatures that lurked behind the doors. Sleep became an elusive sanctuary, as if the nightmares were seeping into my waking hours. One fateful night, exhaustion overcame me and I succumbed to the embrace of sleep. But the transition was far from peaceful. Paralyzed and helpless, I found myself trapped in a realm where nightmares materialized. Millions of spiders and scorpions skittered across my bed, their cold legs tracing lines of dread across my skin. Their venomous bites burned, and the excruciating pain intensified with each passing moment. I attempted to scream, but my voice was stolen by the paralysis. The room pulsated with a malevolent energy as the arachnids voraciously devoured my flesh. The sensation was excruciatingly real, and I writhed in silent agony, tormented by the illusion that reality had merged with the nightmares of the hospital. As morning light filtered through the curtains, I woke up gasping, drenched in sweat. The boundaries between the dream and waking life had become indistinguishable, and a sinister truth dawned upon me. The elevator had become a conduit between the realms of nightmares and reality. Determined to break free from the nightmarish cycle, I avoided the elevator like a cursed relic. However, the insidious pull remained, an ever-present force tempting me to unravel the mysteries that lurked beyond the rusted doors. Days turned into weeks, and the line between waking and dreaming continued to blur. The once familiar world warped into a surrealist nightmare, and the creatures that haunted my dreams manifested in the corners of my vision during waking hours. Haunted and tormented, I grappled with the fragility of my sanity. The elevator, once a mundane contraption, had become a malevolent force, a portal to a twisted dimension where nightmares materialized with an alarming fidelity. As the harrowing cycle persisted, I questioned the nature of my reality. Was I trapped in a perpetual nightmare, or had the line between dreams and waking life disintegrated entirely? The once ordinary elevator had become a harbinger of horror, and the shadows it cast loomed ever darker as I descended into the abyss of my own fractured mind.